What's going on, guys? Today I have the catch of the day for you. That's right, we're making fish, but not just any fish. We're making a fish fry my way. Here's how you make it. All right, guys, we're gonna make some fish. We're gonna cut this fish up into some nice fillets. We're gonna fry it, but rather than getting all greasy and nasty with oil, we're gonna go ahead and air fry these. So to make this, we're gonna need the following ingredients, okay? You're gonna need some breadcrumbs, some seasonings, an egg, some water, and some cornstarch, as well as our beautiful fish. Today I am using tilapia. You could do this with salmon, halibut, whatever fish you prefer. I like tilapia, so that's what we're gonna use. Now, to prepare our fish, first and foremost, anytime you are working with raw poultry, meat, fish, any sort of raw animal, do not cut or use a wood cutting board. It's going to get into there, it's going to ruin it. So what you're going to want is a plastic cutting board, okay? Into our plastic cutting board, we're going to take our fillets. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut these fillets, okay? They're already nice and thin, but I want to have these because we're going to eat this for dinner and I want to make sure I have enough. So I'm just going to take our fillet and cut it right down the middle like so. And then we will do the same with our other fillet. Perfect. Okay, now back onto our plate. These will go. Next up, you're going to want to prepare both your wet and dry ingredients, okay? Now, in order to do this, you're gonna want two dishes, okay? Two dishes here. First things first, into our dry dish, I am going with a teaspoon of cornstarch, okay? I am going with equal parts teaspoon smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and dill. Because you can't have a fish fry without dill. Now, next up, you're going to want to go with some breadcrumbs. Obviously, if you want to make your own, you can. Throw some day-old bread in the oven. I've just got some Italian seasoned breadcrumbs here. Got about a cup left there, so I'm going to throw that in there. Okay, give this a good mix. Get all of those dry ingredients well incorporated. Okay, perfect. Now, next up, we're going to go with our wet, okay, into another shallow dish here. We're going to go 1 tablespoon of water, okay, and we're going to go 1 egg. Now, when cracking an egg, make sure you crack it on a flat surface like so, and ever so gently release the egg. Perfect. Okay, next up, we're going to want to whisk this together. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, but want to make sure that that egg's nice and scrambled. Like so. Okay. Now, next up, we're going to dredge our fish. So first, our fish will go into our wet mixture, our egg. Okay, we're going to go 2 pieces at a time here, like so. Now, I'm going to make sure that we flip these to get both sides well covered with our egg mixture. Okay, now, usually when doing a wet and dry, right, you want to make sure you have a wet hand, you want to make sure you have a dry hand. I'm using tongs, okay, for my wet hand. I'm going to use my hand here that already handled the fish for our dry ingredients. Now, first egg, you want to make sure all the egg mixture drips off. You don't want any of that excess egg mixture, okay, into our dish that will go. I'm just going to sprinkle some of that dry coating over the top and down the sides, making sure to press gently because we want all sides of our fish to be covered. Okay, now you're going to want a dry plate, okay, because now this fish is going to go onto our plate like so, okay, and then we'll repeat the process, okay, with the remainder of our fish. So again, egg mixture, make sure any of the excess egg drips off. Get your breadcrumb mixture and then sprinkle the top like so, making sure to cover all sides of our fish. Gently pat down with our breadcrumbs, flip, repeat, adding and placing on a plate. Okay, should look like that so that everything is covered. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of this tilapia. These are then going to go into the air fryer, 375 until the internal temperature reaches about 140, 145. That then it'll be perfectly done, hopefully with a nice crispy outer layer and a flaky center that will just fall apart in our mouth. So I will see you after these have cooked in the air fryer. All right, we've got our fish, we've got our chips. We're ready to go. All that's left to do, a little bit of malt vinegar on our fish there, a little bit of flaky salt, and we are ready to dig in. Fish and chips my way. Now, this looks great. It was cooked perfectly. It was right at 145 degrees when I took it out of the air fryer. Look at just how flaky this fish is. Let's go ahead and take a good bite. It's got a little crunch, Now, obviously, it's not going to beat out some of your deep fried fish, right, on a fish fry, but much healthier option. I like that little bite of the malt vinegar. If you don't want like malt vinegar, you could easily squirt some lemon juice here. Serve this with some tartar sauce, but I'll tell you what, nothing better than fish and chips on a Monday. Damn, that's good. You've got to try this. Thank you so much for watching. What do you want to see me cook next? Do you like fish fries? What's your favorite type of fish? Again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash all those buttons. Like, subscribe. As always, it is Mr. C, the CookinTeach, and this is CookinTeach out.